I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa, and I'm from Lutoka, and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Mulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, Fiji's laws for refugees and asylum seekers need to be reviewed, says Attorney General. Corrections Department spends $2 million on inmates. And Airports Fiji Limited works on congestion issues. Fiji's laws pertaining to refugees and asylum seekers need to be reviewed, says Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum. He made the statement at the opening of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees Pacific Regional Meeting on Protection in Nadi this morning. Ellen Stiles tells us more.
Fiji is covered under the UNHCR, which was created in 1950 during the aftermath of the Second World War, to help millions of Europeans who had fled or lost their homes. Attorney General Ayaz Said Qayyum says it's time for Fiji to review these laws to adapt to an increasingly changing world.
We've taken the law up to a particular stage, but we have not addressed it beyond that from a practical perspective. So if, for example, a person has been granted refugee status, what are their rights pertaining to, say, right to have a living, in terms of right to have a work permit? What are their rights pertaining to, for example, the children? Do they have access to, we have free education in Fiji. Do they have access to free education? None of these areas specifically are enunciated. One could, of course, look at our constitution.
This, he says, is crucial, especially since some of our Pacific Island neighbors may need our help now more than ever.
We have countries like Tuvalu, Kiribati, Marshall Islands, where the land above sea level is very, very low. So, we have, Fiji has openly said, for example, we're willing to offer them some form of refuge.
UNHCR Regional Representative Thomas Albertich says the meeting aims to strengthen cooperation between Pacific Island countries.
Misconceptions about refugees and asylum seekers remain a key concern to be addressed by all of us here today. States in the Pacific have already invested in improving their border and immigration management systems. Ensuring that they become fully protection sensitive is now of utmost importance.
Globally, a total of 65 million people were reported to have been displaced last year, more refugees than at the end of World War II. Ellen Stiles, FBC News.
A woman is counting her lucky stars after an unknown man was interrupted trying to strangle her in the DVD shop she works in. Police spokesperson Ananai Soro confirms the incident occurred in Namaka, Nadi at around 9 this morning. FBC News understands the saleswoman had gone to get a mop from the bathroom when she was grabbed from behind by an assailant who attempted to strangle her. The man apparently was interrupted after 2 customers entered the shop. The man then let go of the salesgirl before making off with her phone and walking out of the shop. The woman crawled out of the bathroom, raising the alarm. Police investigations are continuing. It has cost the Fiji Corrections Service over $2 million in the first 6 months of this year to hold 215 prisoners. Assistant Corrections Commissioner Salote Panapasa revealed the cost while addressing the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Economic Justice, Law and Human Rights. Rachel Nuth reports.
$55 a day is what it costs to maintain one inmate in prison.
We have constructed facilities to cater for to address the ever-growing number of prison population.
Panapasa explained the increase in laws could be reduced if the relevant authorities would re-look at the sentencing laws currently in place. Every time another person is added to the prison population, the cost increases by over $1,600 per month. It is easy to see how the cost grows as the number of people sent to jail grows.
Young, new offenders, particularly for those who committed trivial offences, some even convicted to prison for stealing a packet of cigarette, which we believe this young offender could have been given the opportunity for other alternative to imprisonment.
With the Community-Based Corrections Bill currently before the Parliamentary Standing Committee, if passed, would help in easing the current imprisonment cost. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Congestion at Nandi International Airport could be a thing of the past. Airports Fiji Limited Chair Faiz Khan says they're taking charge of flight scheduling after a number of incidents led to numerous delays in processing passengers. Maggie Boyle with the story.
This was the scene on Sunday after the arrival of 6 flights within minutes of each other. According to a Facebook post by Suva resident Edward Bernard, who had arrived from Auckland on the day, the wait for luggage lasted almost 2 hours. Another frustrated traveller who asked not to be identified told FBC News that it was poor planning and hardly the best first impression to make for visitors to the country. Faiz Khan admits this has been a long-standing issue.
So we have a situation at Nandi Airport where we have a number of flights arriving in a very short period of time, and then we have a lull period thereafter where you have no flights arriving for the next few hours or so. So we are trying to correct this situation. We are liaising with the Ministry of Civil Aviation for Airports Fiji Limited to take control over slot times in future.
With major renovation work to the airport expected to be completed next year, Khan says additions to the arrivals terminal will mean more efficient services.
The number of baggage carousels in arrivals increasing from 2 to 3, so that's a 50% increase in our capacity. We've got the number of counters, immigration counters in arrivals increasing from 8 to about 16. So that's a 100% increase in capacity. We've got the holding area increasing.
With tourism one of the key revenue earners and with AFL one of the first points of entry into the country, they're keen to impress, setting themselves a benchmark of less than 30 minutes to process travellers from immigration through to customs and baggage collection in the not too distant future. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Fiji Court of Appeal has allowed the Electoral Commission to make an appeal in part relating to a case filed by the Commission 2 years ago. The Commission made an application before the 2014 elections to declare that the candidate numbers, which were drawn on Saturday 23 August 2014, be declared void and of no effect. The Commission also wanted a declaration that the Supervisor of Elections erred in law and fact when he said the Commission had to deliver its decisions on the appeals and objections of party candidates by 4 p.m. 22 August 2014. The appeals court judges had also declared that the time limit of 3 days in the electoral decree ending at midnight on the third day. In a statement this afternoon, the Fijian Elections Office says it will now peruse the judgment and also seek legal advice to consider if a further appeal is necessary. Coming up on FBC News, consultation on village bylaws gets underway. And cancer fight gets big backing. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Liviana Valentine. I'm from Nandi and Today FM rocks.
My name is Ateza. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Krish. I'm from Tava. I like listening to Big Breakfast. Today FM rocks.
I'm Juliana. I'm from Maltoka and I like listening to Today FM.
Hi, my name is Chelly. I live in Arere. Today FM rocks my grog and lollipop.
Bula, my name is So. I'm from Navua. I like listening to Today's FM.
Bula, my name is Asilika from Raki Raki and Today FM rocks with my flip-flops.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The first consultation on village bylaws in peri-urban areas were held today at the Suva Civic Centre. Many participants lodged their submissions on the Constitution, land issues, protection of culture, and also the responsibilities of the village headman. Savara Tambor with more.
Permanent Secretary for the Itoke Affairs Ministry, Nepote Katoni Tambor, said submissions filed by any Itoke will be taken into consideration and he will seek advice from responsible authority if the need arises.
We have been collecting clarifications between the 2013 Constitution and the Itoke Affairs Act, Cap 120. So we will come back to them and clarify these things with the stakeholders once we get a legal opinion from the Solicitor General's office.
Participants living along the Suvalami corridor shared their views on the village bylaws.
We have to ensure that everything which we do is according to the law. And I appreciate the government, especially the Tauke department, for coming up with such event whereby to prepare a book, the bylaws for the Fijian villages.
I may say that bylaws or other by what, they're all coming up at the very right time.
The consultation program for the village bylaws is scheduled to end in April next year, but according to Katoni Tambua, it might extend to June or July. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
Positive steps are being taken towards levelling the educational playing field for children with disabilities. Stakeholders have gathered in Suva today for a special and inclusive education conference to review the current policy and sign off on a new policy for the next 4 years. Ritika Pratap reports.
These participants have been tasked to review the former policy on effective implementation of special education in Fiji 2013-2016 and sign off the Education Ministry's Special and Inclusive Education Policy 2017-2020. The new policy will aim to extend and improve options for students with special needs to attend mainstream schools.
Inclusive education is a tactic that empowers all children to experience a sense of belonging within this local school and not to be differentiated or discriminated based on their special needs.
Reddy says from 2017, they have to ensure that educators have the required skill set to deal with children with disabilities.
Providing that environment that will ensure that they feel at home, they feel that they are normal, they feel that others are not treating them in a discriminatory manner.
The Australian government, through its Access to Quality Education program, has worked with the ministry to introduce and test a model of inclusive education.
Commend the Ministry of Education on the launch of its Special Inclusive Education Policy and Plan, which is a significant step towards leveling the educational playing field for children with disabilities in Fiji.
5 inclusive education demonstration schools have been established, 1 in each educational divisions. As a result, the number of children with disabilities attending normal schools has increased from just 6 in 2012 to 84 this year. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
More than $194,000 has been collected by the Fiji Cancer Society through its fundraisers, which include Fiji's biggest morning tea and Pinktober. Pranita Prakash has more.
Fiji Cancer Society Chair Philip Lowe has hailed the 2 events as success as more people are now talking openly about cancer, an issue which was once considered a taboo.
I think we may have broken that stigma of people not being able to talk openly about cancer. I think we may have. Now there's still a few small rivers to cross, as I like to say, but we will cross them together.
$46,756 was collected through the biggest morning tea, and plans are for the event to start early next year.
1st of July, we will kickstart the program. But if the Fiji Cancer Society is also with us, we will definitely do that, or even to that extent, end of June.
The funds collected will be used to assist cancer patients with counseling, transportation and medicines. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
Top local dancers are competing for the #1 spot in the Nescafe Make Your Move dance platform. According to the judges, Fiji has unseen talent that was revealed during the preliminaries of the contest. The number of contestants has been narrowed down to 6 who will compete in the finals at Albert Park this Saturday.
Coming to a Nescafe Make Your Move competition and seeing the talent here is just like leveled it up and made it even more happy and made it even more enjoyable for me in my stay here in Fiji, and for the next few years, of course, Fiji will rise.
And we've reached that time again. Jamie joins us now with all the latest in sports.
Thanks, Zachy, and good evening. Coming up in sports, the Fiji Sevens team has settled in well in Dubai ahead of the title defense this weekend. And FBC TV to continue live coverage of Sevens World Series. This and more after the break.
My name is Siobhan. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM is #1 in music. Mirchi FM is hot.
I am सुरेश चंद वैतुरी नसूरी से बोलता हूँ. जैसे आँख खुलती है मिर्ची FM मुझे मस्त कर देती है.
I am Viren from Zambula. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Rizwan Khan.
Hi, and my name is Mohammed Sufyan.
Batu Bahe,
and Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Vishal Maharaj. I'm working for Nasim Dan Council as a market master. I love listening to Mirchi FM.
The Vodafone Fiji Sevens team has arrived in Dubai after spending the last 3 days in Qatar. They will have their first training run later tonight before taking on Russia in a scrimmage session. Vasnil Prasad reports.
All good, all fit and healthy.
The Sevens World Series champions are finally in Dubai to defend its title. The side's first stopover was in Qatar, where the main focus during training was to improve fitness.
Get some training in and really fine-tune our preparations leading into Dubai week. We also had the opportunity to have match fitness against the Qatar rugby team last night, which included a number of very good Fijian boys. And it gave us a good opportunity to, be tested and fine-tune our preparation for this week in terms of the combinations we want to put on the field and various aspects of our game that we really want to nail as we head into Dubai.
The Olympic gold medalists went through a pool session at 3 a.m. Dubai time as they checked in into the Games Village, with Joshua Vidhi expected to join the team tomorrow.
It's all tournament mode now. We have a light scrap game against Russia tomorrow and give us that final opportunity to confirm on our lineup for the weekend, the final 12. And obviously there'll be 2 players who will miss out on this week, and they'll have the opportunity next week in Cape Town to make that team. And also expecting Joshua Vidhi to join the team soon now, and he will join us for our next training session tomorrow.
While the decision on the final 12 players for the Dubai tournament to be announced tomorrow, the focus is now on the pool games.
The team is really focused on the first game. We cannot really look too far ahead of ourselves. All teams on the circuit are very tough opposition now. And on the day, any team can slip up and that's your tournament gone. So really for us as a group, we're focusing on Canada and we'll take it from there.
The gold medal win in Brazil is now history, and it's now the start of another long, grueling campaign, with all eyes firmly fixed on arguably the best Sevens team in the world. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Spots.
Meanwhile, FBC TV announced today that it will continue its live broadcast of the HSBC Sevens World Series this season. The Fiji Broadcasting Corporation says this is in line with its efforts to contribute to nation building through sports coverage, where Rugby Sevens tops the list of sports that unites Fijians. Rohit Deo reports.
That particular sport in Fiji that glues us together as a nation. It binds us together as a nation. Sevens is a sport that does not differentiate between cultures and religions and communities. It actually brings young and old and people of all different communities together. Be able to reach out to Fijians who do not have any other access to television, hence any other access to watch Sevens rugby apart from FBC TV.
The deal would not have been possible without sponsors. Major sponsors Vodafone continuing from where they left off last year, with newcomers RC Manubai also joining in.
We were really happy with the coverage that we got last year, so that's why it was easier for us just to make the decision to support.
Fiji is a country who has a passion in rugby, we have seen. And over the past encounters, they have proved well. Not only that, Fiji now put itself in the world map after winning the gold in Rio Olympics.
FBC TV will also be showing selected live matches from the Women's World Series with live radio commentaries of Fiji's games from the Men's Series. This is to help all those in the remote areas who do not have a television set to follow the national side accordingly.
We don't want our rugby fans in the islands, especially Lao and in the middle of Fiji level where the dark spots are, to miss out, because AM signal reaches everyone.
The series begins with the Dubai tournament this Friday. Fiji's first match is against Canada at 7:52 p.m. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
After losing 50-3 to Fiji over the weekend, the Cook Islands under-20 rugby side will want to salvage some of its pride when they meet Tonga this Friday in the Oceania Trophy competition. The newbies, the international rugby, are eager to build on the lessons they've learned from their first ever test match. Meli Tavanga reports.
After being heavily beaten by the Fijian side over the weekend, Coach Stan Wright says they have learned their mistakes and know what to expect.
And our set piece, we didn't get much platform in the weekend, so we've identified that as a work on this week, as well as our defence. We didn't get much pull to attack with.
Wright says what the Fiji game taught them, they'll win on Friday.
We have to wait and see if the boys learnt anything from the weekend, as it was, except for one, everyone's first international match for the Cook Islands at any level, so it was a new thing for them. Now they know what to expect, and hopefully they've learned from it going forward.
He says the team has a very high chance of making it to the Under-20 World Junior Championship next year.
Well, we've got to win these games first. The way we see it, we're not out of it yet. We still got a chance, and this Friday we got to go out and take that chance.
The Cook Islands squad has come together very well, and now it's up to the boys to show it onto the field. Meli Tabanga, FBC Spots.
The final round of the Vodafone Under-17 football playoffs take place this weekend. Rewa will play Tailevu Naitasiri in the Southern Division. Senganga takes on Lambasa in the Northern Division, while neighbours Mba and Lautoka battle it out in the Western Division. The winners of each division will then meet in the finals.
We have gone to the final stages of Under-17 competition, the Vodafone Under-17 Youth League, which is, as you know, played in Northern Zone, Southern Zone and Western Zone. And in North 6 teams, in South and West 5 teams each participated in the league, and we have come towards the final stages of the league.
New Zealand boxer Joseph Parker has adopted a tactic used by former All Black Richie McCaw as he prepares for next week's world title fight in Auckland. Parker takes on Andy Ruiz on Sunday week, and you can watch the bout live on FBC TV. That's it from sports this evening. Business is up next with Jackie.
With the introduction of the new Vanua Geographic Information System, the Water Authority of Fiji will now be able to digitize their assets. The computerized system gives a digital picture of resources nationwide. WAF Chief Executive Officer Opetai Ravai says the system will enable the authority to improve their asset management. Ravai says digitizing their data is necessary to help them analyze current and future demands.
Previously, to locate a valve, we had to depend on the old hands, experienced hands, to tell us where do you think that valve is. But now the investment that Water Authority has put into the system, together with our GPS trackers, we're able to pinpoint location of these valves. We're able to know at what street, what size pipe is there.
Warm and sunny conditions prevailed over Fiji today with no sign of any significant rain. Looking at the temperatures, they were scorching at 33 degrees in Suva, Ba and Lambasa. The rest of the centres followed in the lower 30s. Tomorrow, a sunny start for the day can be expected. However, there's a chance of patchy rain moving in from the west. And our further outlook, we're looking further on to Thursday. Settled conditions are expected with a chance of increasing cloud and scattered afternoon showers in the western and northern parts of the country. At sea, light to moderate easterly winds from 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Fiji looks at review of laws for refugees and asylum seekers. Corrections Department spends $2 million on inmates, and Fiji's Sevens team has arrived in Dubai. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to our poll question, and this week we are asking, should strict laws be introduced for social media use? To answer, visit our FBC website. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was FBC News for tonight from the team and I. Good night.
Nimbula binak, datang goleh apa ni? Lipnitang. Ando talitak na warong, ena radio Fiji 1, ando may biti na bongan ni Pienian.
Sada la bina, viada voelena ni wenbol, udah tormena oroi sasa, dan ngotang-ngotang ke ngita umata, mantola biana radio Fiji 1, atau doban ngajana news.
Ni sampula na elang go api ni sarat mai koro ena kasi, au dobagarong ena radio Fiji 1 bongan ni Pienian.
Na radio Fiji 1 nando may biti na bongan ni Pienian.